my friends. I am back again. I have not given up on my happiness journey. It's just taking time for some things to move forward. But I am making progress, and I'd love to share all of that with you in a few videos coming up. But today, what I really wanted to focus on, because I never did this, is the relationship goal that I said I might have. I never really had that, I suppose. But I never really shared about any or all of that, really. And I thought I'd go ahead and share some things with that. It's a little scary for me to do that because there could be family or friends or people watching, and I don't want to put anything in a bad light, or I don't know. Sometimes it's just uncomfortable for me with some of the more deeper personal relationship stuff like that. But I do have a goal, per se, I guess, is that I do want to have a relationship with someone, a deeper connection, and someone who wants me, I want them, that kind of thing, obviously. And we're kind of on the same plane where we want to progress and do things and serve our purposes in life, and we're supporting and loving one another in all those things. And so, yeah, that's there. But, so what happened? So here's the story. From my perspective and my, situation, obviously. So what happened was I grew up, so if any family is watching this, please don't be offended, but I grew up in an environment that was challenging for me. There were very good things, like there was family times and fun vacations and things like that. There was gospel religion. I am very grateful for that, because that is what helped me stay so positive and keep working towards this happiness journey and to be happy through all the things that I've been through, is to have God and to have that knowledge and understanding. I'm really grateful for that. So there were good things, but there was other things that were very challenging. I just felt emotionally and occasionally physically, things weren't all the best and were kind of messed up, and I felt like there was a lot of examples of selfish behaviors and insecurities, things like that. So I just felt like I grew up with not really having an understanding of who I really was, even though I know I'm a daughter of God and things like that, I just didn't really know me and what I wanted and what my purpose here is, kind of thing, and just kind of wishy-washy going through. Didn't really have someone to really take me by the hand or anything, and hey, what do you want to do, and hey, what's your life gonna look like, and how can I support you, and things like that, because there was things going on that they had my parents had to deal with on their own, and their things and challenges of their life, and I feel like I'm not upset with anyone in my family or anything like that, and no, we all have our challenges, and this is just what happened to me, and I hope that describes it well enough. But so when I was young, I did not really know exactly me and what I really wanted, and I think I always kind of had it in the back of my mind, my subconscious, my spirit knew that, but it never really came forward, and I was just kind of going through life and doing what I was supposed to in some ways, or just wanting to have a family and be married and things. So so that's what I did. And my ex-husband, I've been divorced for almost 2 years now. Next month will be 2 years in June. Was a cool, fun person, same religion and beliefs as me, which is very good, and was great. And he's a good person. This isn't a bashing session. There was attraction there, and so we got married. Um, but the crazy thing was, is right off, it was just really, really challenging right from the very beginning, and I had issues and things from my upbringing that I was continually always working through, and I think that was really hard for him. But I also felt as though he was not able to handle that, not mature enough, or didn't know where to look for help. And I think he became resentful and things like that. But I think at some point we felt a little better. We had 3 children together. But there was never a time where I felt like, and I think he might agree with this, is that we never were in love or really happy and like enjoying each other, helping each other. It was always just kind of, we're supposed to stay together and let's make the best of it. And, that always bothered me. It was hard for me. And I just felt like my whole time I was married that I just worked at bettering myself and trying to be happy together. So at some point, I think what happened was he just gave up and thought it's never going to work, but he just stayed, maybe for the kids, maybe because, he's a good person, loyal, in that respect. But what happened in the end was a couple of years before we got divorced, was I was getting so depressed and so sad because I knew that what was happening in that marriage was not going to really be true happiness. And it would always be me wanting it to work out, and it never was going to. It felt like, and I just was a believer in that, God, anything that he touches, Christ can heal all things and work it out. But it takes 2 people both trying to do that, and I felt I was the only one left trying to really do that. And I had a couple of multiple times where I was tempted to wanting to go to other people or relationships or try something else, but I was like, no, that's not what married people do. And so I never did, but I always felt like there was like towards the end, I always kind of started feeling like I know that I can have happiness, but it's just not here. And some people who are of my faith may think that that's the wrong way of thinking, and that's okay. Everybody has their opinion on that. But this was something I prayed deeply about and truly tried to understand what the best thing was. And God reminded me that I have agency and choice in this life, and that is actually a very powerful thing, and that to become more like him, I have to start using my agency and choose for myself. And I asked him, I said, if I chose not to be here anymore, is that okay with you? Is everything going to be okay? Is there a way to work through all this? Because I want him to be happy too, and I don't want to suffer anymore. And, and he said, whatever you choose, it's going to be okay. And so I knew that doing that would be okay. And it has been. There have been some rough things and emotions I've had to deal with since getting divorced. But I have drawn closer to God, and my relationship with my ex-husband is actually really nice and a good friendship right now. So it's good. And my kids are doing well because we still are kind to each other, and we still love them and are trying our best to love them and give them all the best. So they seem to be doing really, really well. So moving on from that, so I have dated a few people, kind of went out and things like that, and tried to see where it would go, and nothing really happened. They were good experiences though, because I learned from each one a little bit more about what I wanted and what I didn't want, and what I want to experience. And that's a good thing, because the closer I understand and the more deeper I understand of what I truly want and what I truly think will be happiness for me when it comes to a relationship, I can easily, when I talk to someone or date somebody, I can be like, oh, that, I can easily not have to get involved because I already kind of know, well, that's not going to work. I mean, I'm open. I'm open to do a date or to go, talk or become friends, and see what happens. But nothing has been where I felt or they felt it was something to move forward on. So that's kind of the relationship goal and the thing going on with that. And so I guess what I think I should just put out there and say is that, I have interest in, certain, I don't know, gosh, I don't know how to say, like, I like to have a lot of fun, but I also like to be a deep thinker. So I like to be playful, and I like to just be goofy and silly because it's fun and stupid, and I like to laugh, and so that's awesome. But I also really like to think deeply on certain topics, and I like to have discussions and things like that on topics. I love to be like adored and cherished, and like people to express like, you look beautiful, or I love being around you, that kind of thing. I like the idea of someone who would not be too shy or afraid to make movements towards me, and not me feeling like I'm always trying to be like, hey, what's going on, because I feel like if a guy really is interested in me, he'll take the time to reach out and talk to me and make time for me and show that interest so that I can reciprocate. And once I've already let them know that I'm interested, it's like, if they're not doing that, then that's my way of knowing, okay, they're just got other things going on, or other people they're dating, or others think they're not really serious, or whatever. And so that's cool, and so I can just let it go and keep rolling. But I get attached to people easily, especially if I really, really like them. And I've learned to start letting go a little more, but I have had that tendency in the past, and probably drove some people crazy. But, I just, I don't know, there's sometimes I just like what I like, and it's hard to just be like, dang, that didn't work out. But I know there's somebody special for me, and I've always thought, crazy as it sounds, is I'm open to working things out with my ex if that were to ever happen. But I just don't think it will, because I don't think he wanted me for a long time and just wasn't into me. He just couldn't make himself do it, which is totally fine. Not everybody clicks, and he actually has a girlfriend right now. So, and that was actually so interesting. I did not realize was still attached to him in certain ways, and when I found that out, and I think I just had a breakdown, like a deep, like, emotional feeling that I'd never really felt before, of like, this is really over. This person really doesn't want me, and they have moved on. Like, it was just so heartbreaking and heart-wrenching. Man, it was just crazy, the feeling, the depth of this feeling of rejection, and maybe it was because I just put so much effort into making that happen, that to really get to that point where even though we're already divorced, like, it's not gonna ever happen. Like, it was just, I think I just needed to go through it and just really feel that, and it was just, whew, it was really painful. But now I'm on the other side of it, and I feel okay, and it was the right thing. I feel still the right thing, that what happened, and that was really hard, but it drove me closer to Christ, and it helped me get my perspective back of what I'm looking for, and grateful that he has found someone that makes him happy, and someone that he can be affectionate and romantic and those things with, and that's wonderful. So that's my goal. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That's what I'm doing. That's what happened. I hope that explained it all good enough. And looking right now, I'm just kind of excited to meet people and enjoy life. And I don't know, I guess people call it flirting, but I just like to engage with guys and girls, just have fun and just joke around and be silly and just, and I love that. And at some point there'll be someone that will stick, and someone who make the effort, and I can reciprocate, and like it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I definitely feel like things are improving, and I'm excited to share more and some more videos soon about some of the things happening and going on with me. I love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in again, and I'll see you later. Bye.